Anoushka Shankar, a unique artist with a tremendous talent and understanding of the great musical tradition of India, has journeyed beyond the Indian tradition and created a new sound called Rise, which is not only a testament of her skill but also her mastery of composition. Like George Harrison said, most people are musicians simply because they play a certain instrument. When they play that instrument, the music appears. And it's like that with Anoushka. She has that quality. She is the music.
Rise is a great way for people to catch on to Indian music or even a feeling of world music. Because of the song format and the different styles that are blended together, it's relatively accessible as compared to the more classical styles. On a very personal level, it's a big step up for me. I mean, it's different from anything I've done before. It's me really coming forward as a composer and a producer as opposed to just a musician, an instrumentalist. And so it's just a coming together of a lot of my different worlds. These are all the types of music that I listen to outside of Indian music, and it made sense for my composing to start to reflect that. Electronic is borrowed from Indian music for years now, and it's been one of the major influences. And as a result, it's very popular in India, so it made sense that the Indian musicians would start going the other way as well. And when I wanted to make this record, Gaurav from the Medieval Pundit sort of offered to get involved. And he ended up playing a really huge role in the album because there's so much that I wanted to express through the electronic side that I couldn't have done without him there. For example, Sinister Grains is one of the tracks on the album where I've tried to combine a few different styles. It's one of the tracks that's got the strongest electronic element to it. But there's vocals in Hindi, there's the Shanai from the Indian tradition, but there's also didgeridoo, bass guitar, South American vocal percussions, and they all come together in a really interesting way. Classical music has always had that what you could call stigma with younger people because it is classical music and it is what their parents listen to, and for the most part that's not what kids want to listen to. But it's a lot easier for me to get out there and do a show where people can sort of look at me and relate to me and say, okay, it's maybe not that far away from me. On my past solo recordings, I've played mainly my father's compositions. Mahadeva's probably the one piece on the album that has a very strong influence of my father's. It's actually a 4-line song that he wrote for me when I was a kid about Shiva, who's one of our holy trinity in the Hindu religion. One of the aspects of him is that he's the destroyer, so when I decided to develop this track, I tried to bring about that feeling of anger, of insanity, of really intense darkness. My best expression of who I am in each moment when I play. It's my voice. You know, I feel really nervous even announcing pieces on stage because I feel naked without my instrument in front of me. You know, it's how I speak to the world, I guess. I've tried to be really sensitive towards all the things that I've mixed together and use them in their own organic ways. And I think the result is really quite fresh and very powerful. I'm very proud of Rise.